Hey everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore and our Undead Mage. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you are all doing well. We are back in the Barrens again for today. Tons of stuff to do, so let's not waste any time and get right back into it. I think we're going to kick things off by heading towards Regathar Deathgate, along the road here to Stone Talon, and we'll grab our first batch of Centaur related quests, and then we'll head into the Forgotten Pools over there to the right, and we'll get back into our questing. We've got some Zevra hooves to collect as well, so let's take on some of those along the way. The amount of damage we're taking at the moment, it really doesn't feel like we have much room to cast more than maybe like 3 or 4 wand casts before we start really getting into some dangerous territory. Gonna have to craft some more spells, or cast some more spells than usual, I guess, for a little bit until we can get some more stamina on our gear, which still might be a while. Alright, we've arrived here. Let's go ahead and pick up this quest. There might be a couple here, actually.
Loktar, go with honor.
Centaur Bracers. The Golkar are a threat to the Horde's claim in the Barrens. We must reduce the numbers of their troops, and so I have a bounty task for you. While in Golkar territories, slay their warriors and collect Centaur Bracers. Return when you have a heap of bracers, and the Horde will reward you well.
Strength.
Golkar leaders. The Centaurs have plagued the Tauren for years, and recently the Golkar Centaurs of the Barrens have grown into a real threat. Normally they were disorganized in these lands, but new leaders have risen among them, rallying them. To preserve our holdings here, these Centaur leaders must be destroyed. Bring me the head of Barak Kodobane. He camps near the Forgotten Pools to the north. Defeat him, then return to me.
Go forth.
With our marching orders in hand, let us start heading into the pools. We want to find a safe spot to do so, though. Right outside this little rampart here can be pretty dangerous with the capstone quest for this quest line, involving summoning a bunch of these, like level 17, 18 Centaur. And I think they kind of hyper spawn as you try to complete the quest. So let's also keep an eye out for patrols as well. There will be some Centaur roaming the plains, live around their camps. And let's make sure we get our food buff up as well. Yeah, these Centaur Bracers normally take me about a full episode to collect them all. I feel like our mage is a little bit more powerful, though, than some of the characters we've had in the past, just from the amount of damage we're able to put out quickly. So maybe it won't be too bad. Yes, we've got these like runners over here. Perfect example. We are going to Let's make sure we get away from this. Definitely not interested in taking that on. But yeah, these bracers can be pretty tricky to collect. Got a fairly low drop rate. As we're about to enter the pools now, we have collected 2 out of our 4 Zephyr hooves. Not too bad. And we'll try to cut right through the middle. We'll kill all the centaur that we see, or anything that could be even close. And we'll work on exploring the pools and gathering up those mushrooms for the apothecary back at the crossroads. And from there, we'll carve a path towards Barak while we continue to collect more bracers. Really glad that we have dampened magic for these stormers. They're the ones that I would definitely be the most worried about outside of the patrols. Have been discovered. So we've got some competition for these mushrooms though. Yeah, usually I get the mushrooms all to myself when I come here for the first time, but little bit unlucky this time around. I don't think they can appear in the water, only on the edges. I've actually got one over there. Yeah, I do recall some of them can appear in and around these mounds. Let's just be careful how we push through this area, though. I don't want to take on two of these at once. I don't know if that would be a great idea. It would be a worthy test, I suppose, as I'm sure we're going to be running into that situation at some point in our journey. Could use the practice. I'm going to feel much more comfortable at level 20, I believe it is, when we get Cold Snap. At least this will allow us to have not only a way to use Frost Nova quickly for a second time, but I think at level 20 we also get Blink. And yeah, we're going to need it. I think Brock is probably going to be on the other side of this mound over here. So we'll start making our way in that direction. Does look like he could be here, but we're gonna have kind of double the fight on our hands. It looks like the Warlock's also looking for it, so we'll let him kill him for now. I think they've made all of the Centaur leaders, Blizzard that is, I think they've made them all respawn back a little bit quicker than what is normal, if I remember correctly. At least I hope that's the case. But who knows, with the anniversary servers maybe not being as popular this far into its lifespan, maybe I'll be wrong there. Maybe there aren't enough players to warrant it. sure we save any strider meat we get so we don't fender it by accident. And I am hoping to get hopefully a decent amount of linen cloth as well. No, we're still 23 points away from being able to craft our greater magic wand. Gotta keep reminding myself that polymorph exists as well. I was about to go into that Barak fight, just trying to take them both on at the same time, and forgetting that I'm a mage already. The same goes for these like double patrols as well. I can't afford to tunnel vision. I'm not used to having that capability. Alright, so we'll see when Barak comes back. We still have some mushrooms to collect. We have one more Zephyr hoof to get as well. Let's just take on these two now. go. That is our last Zephyr Hoof. Yeah, like I mentioned in the previous episode, I really don't have a problem with that quest. It's such an infamous one for a lot of Horde players who've had really terrible luck with it over the years, but I tend to only have problems with the Planestrider one usually, but I didn't really have much of an issue with that one either this time around, so we've been lucky so far. We've been very lucky with these bracers as well. We are 10 of 15 already. That is, I feel like normally I'd be at like maybe 7 or so by this point. So we've been fortunate so far. We just picked up the Kolkar booty key as well. So we should be able to open up the chest sitting behind Barak once we take him out. That's going to do it for the fungal spores as well. So just some bracers and Barak's head. Let's go check on Barak again. I know that generally speaking, I think all of the Centaur leaders usually have a message in chat when they've resummoned, but we'll stick around the area just to be sure. It's a lot safer out here, probably on the outskirts anyway. We've got more visibility. It's a little bit more open. There's probably a little bit more room to escape as well if we really need it. And with that, we are now at level 17. Let's get that last point into permafrost, increasing the duration of our chill effects by 3 seconds and reducing the target's movement speed by an additional 10%. That's going to apply to all of our frost bolts, of course, which is fantastic. But it'll also apply to our Cone of Cold whenever we pick up that ability. I think that one might also come soon-ish after level 20. I can't remember. I'm not as familiar with the Mage. Alright, it does look like Barak is back up, which is good. Let's go ahead. We'll start by polymorphing his little buddy. And then we'll go for the frost bolts. I think he's melee. He actually didn't attack us, interestingly enough, and he is ranged. We're going to try to nuke him down very quickly. I'm going to dump all of our spells here. Let's renew the polymorph. So the good part about, the good part about polymorph is obviously it lasts for 20 seconds. There's also no diminishing returns, I feel like, on enemies in the overworld, which means we can keep this thing polymorphed for as long as we want, really. And we can gain back mana. We wouldn't be able to gain back health because you can't regenerate health in combat. But we can get a bunch of ticks of mana back while we're waiting to take, this thing out. And it gives us time to use our bandages as well, which is something we're definitely going to need to start upgrading soon as well. It's tough. The self-made challenge, you really need a ton of cloth to get started. But we've got Brock's head, so that's great. Let's take out the Stormer. Let's do this quickly too, because he could come back faster than what we might expect. Oh wow, see, yeah, this is already a problem. I didn't realize we had another Stormer over here. Let's get her sheeped. Get a bandage going. Let's quickly eat to get our resources back. It's definitely starting to look a little bit sketchy. We'll see what's in this chest. Two-handed sword is pretty epic. Yeah, 6 stamina, wow. That is a pretty great weapon to come across. Yeah, I feel like you're almost always guaranteed a green out of that chest. It's definitely worth your while. For us, it is 18 silver, but that is quite a lot for our level and our situation, so I'm definitely happy about that. Alright, let's see, we got another patrol over here. That's exactly what I was just thinking about. Don't have a lot of bracers to go, so we're almost out of the clear. We're almost in the clear, I should say. This section of the map can definitely be stressful when you first come here. Even at level 17, it still feels wildly unsafe for me. Yeah, and there we go. That is the last Centaur bracer we needed. That is definitely the fastest I think I've ever completed that quest. I think we got pretty lucky. And in fact, with all this time that we have left, I guess we can go north. We've got so much time left, so why don't we head over into the dry hills? We'll pick up some of those Witchwing Talons. The Harpies to the north are always a sort of a tough quest to get into sometimes, or to just because you out-level it so quickly. You outlevel this area very quickly, and it's hard because it's so far out of the way. It's, tucked away into the northwest, corner of the zone. And there's typically, apart from the Forgotten Pools, which we're in right now, there isn't really a better time to go back to the dry hills. You kind of have to go out of your way. And hopefully we'll find some raptors too, because we're still going to need plenty of those heads before we can complete that. I can tell there's some quests in Ratchet that are probably going to be gray to us at this point. So I think what we're going to have to do in the next episode is definitely hit up that town and make sure we clear out some of the initial low-level quests. There should only be like 1 or 2 of them, so it should be pretty easy to take care of before we head back to Silverpine. Took care of a couple of pesky hyenas, and we are entering the dry hills now. I'm going to stick with these normal witchwing harpies around level 15. It should prove to be still prove to be quite the challenge. Let's continue to remain vigilant. But I think the drop rate on these talons is usually pretty decent. So hopefully we won't be here for too long. It's good that everything that we've fought today for the most part drops linen though. Should have close to 2 stacks now, which is great. Have another disenchanting session soon. Things to note about these harpies already is that they do run away when they get down to low health. Obviously, having Frostbolt at our disposal is pretty helpful for that, but I do believe there is a section not too far into the dry hills that has some stealthed ambusher type harpies, and those are going to be something we want to avoid. So we're not blindsided. Elixir of Giant Growth. What a recipe to pick up. That must be pretty helpful. Especially if you're a warrior, I suppose. Let's renew some of these buffs. Spend some more time drinking. And yeah, I must be misremembering these Witchwing Talons because they seem like they're pretty tough to get. Maybe I'm thinking about the one that comes after this, which are for the collection of Lieutenant Rings from the higher level Harpies. Maybe that one's a little bit easier. This one's definitely going to take some time. And a copper vein directly next to each other. Don't know if I've ever seen that before. Yeah, I think we're still a couple levels away from getting some new water, so I think we'll probably start to buy some of this ice cold milk from the innkeeper for now. The conjured water spells always start out really, really good, and then they get very rapidly worse and worse over time. And there's just too much time in between upgrades, so sometimes it's kind of necessary to purchase some water in between. I think we'll be fine on money pretty soon here, especially as we get to level 20. I think we'll be in a spot where purchasing some water here and there is not going to set us back too far. The only stuff we're going to have to purchase are new abilities and any profession-related items like thread for tailoring, stuff like that. Really not much else beyond that, so post level 20, we're kind of just looking to save up for the mount at 40. Assuming we can get there, of course. Luck's starting to turn around. Just need one more Talon. Then we can go turn in all of these quests. We'll just ignore the raptor heads for now. We'll definitely have many more opportunities to pick them up. We can actually, maybe we can actually pick some of those up on the way to Ratchet. Should be a decent amount of raptors to kill along the way. Perfect. Alright, we got what we need. Let's head back to Regthar Deathgate. We've got some quests to turn in. Once again, a ton of progress being made. There's a lot of things about the Mage I'm not used to. I'm not used to how squishy they are. I'm not used to kiting. It's not normally my playstyle. I'm more of a I'm more of a Zug type of player, I suppose. Don't really care too much about getting hit. Just want to run in and start hitting stuff. Obviously managing the mana is very different, but so far the biggest thing to me, honestly, has just been how much damage we can put out. It's just so fast. Obviously we're using a ton of mana to do it, but the pace has definitely dramatically increased from when we were playing with the Paladin. I think it'll stay that way too. Paladin wasn't too bad up until level 25 or so maybe. But man, once we hit level 30, everything kind of slowed to a crawl. With the Mage, at least we're going to have talents, and at least spells aren't affected too much by gear. So new spell ranks are always going to feel really, really good. I think going down to the main road over on the right hand side here is probably the safest bet, so we don't have to potentially try to circumvent the higher level centaur that are over around that house, for example. I think if we stay close to the road, we should be okay.
Strength and honor.
Hello again. Nicely done. I'm sure you've struck fear into the surviving centaur, Adelaide. If they have sense, they'll now calm themselves and stop their advances. but I don't think they will, and that is unfortunate. Unfortunate for them.
Down. For the Horde.
Well done, Adelaide. The Centaur are low, brutish creatures, but a few have the wit and vision to lead, and those are the most dangerous. Barak was such a Centaur. It is good that he is dead.
Go forth to victory.
The Centaur Varog the Dervish wanders the Barrens and will be difficult to find, but he is based at the Centaur command tent at the stagnant oasis to the southeast. It may be possible to draw him to you. Travel to the stagnant oasis to the southeast and attack Centaur near the command tent. It will be dangerous, but if you can kill enough Centaur, then they should raise an alarm, and Varog will come. Bring me his head, and I will place it with Barak Kodobanes.
Go with
Some new marching orders that we will not be addressing in the near future, I would say. In level 18, that's when things start to get a little bit sketchy. Right around that time. Let's enjoy our walk back to the crossroads. We've got some more quests to turn in and then to pick up, and then we'll call it a day. And we're back. Let's vendor some stuff.
roll home.
It's probably good that we're stopping to repair as well. Some fungal spores. Ah, yes. These are good specimens. Potent. I am forsaken, and we honor our contracts. Here is your reward, Adelaide.
Dark Lady, watch over you.
We'll let him do his thing. Ah, good. These spores have rendered nicely. Thank you, Adelaide.
This had better be
We're
good.
going to leave this quest alone for now. This is a timed quest that sends us to Thunder Bluff.
Our time will come.
Definitely going to do that in time, but not as urgent since we can't actually use the quest rewards that come from it.
Blood and thunder.
We'll leave this report to Kadrek quest alone as well. That's going to be for Ashenvale. I do not have any plans to go into Ashenvale until we are well past level 20.
Strength and honor are the Horde.
Oh, these are nice. Real nice. Good job, Adelaide. I look forward to seeing more of your work in the future.
Strength.
Adelaide, back for more? Good, I like to hear that. This time I want you to assassinate some of the Harpy lieutenants in the Dry Hills. Only Witchwing Slayers can be lieutenants, and you can tell them apart by the rings they carry. They are a nasty bunch, but they lead some of the underlings in that area. Taking out 6 of them will be a decisive strike against their matriarchy. Make sure they die painfully, Adelaide. We want those Harpy wenches to know the idiocy of picking fights with the Horde.
Victory.
He said we only need to kill 6, but I kind of highly doubt it. I think it's going to be a little bit more than 6. Just because the rings are not guaranteed to drop.
I've
And for the Forgotten Pools. You found a fissure in the earth with gases bubbling from it. Strange. This may be an answer to our questions, but we cannot yet be sure. But it is a clue, and I am grateful that you found it.
We shall meet again.
The stagnant oasis. Like the one you found at the Forgotten Pools, there may be fissures at the other oases in the Barrens. If so, then perhaps the fissures are the oasis's source of life. We must test this. Here, take these seeds. They are dead and infertile, but take them to the stagnant oasis to the southeast. If there is a fissure there, then place the seeds within it and observe.
Walk.
Very well, and then finally we have the zebra.
What do you mean?
Not bad, Adelaide. Those zebra hold a lot of strength in their legs. A sharp kick from them can knock even a Tauren on its haunches. It looks like you have some strength in you too. Are you ready for a real challenge?
Go with honor.
Now it's time to go after something that really bites. The Prowlers of the Barrens are a tough breed. Tough, resourceful, sly, and deadly. You'll find them among the tall grasses. You'll find many to the southwest of the crossroads. Be wary as you hunt them, Adelaide, or you may find yourself no longer the predator, but instead the prey.
Go forth to victory.
Awesome. Alright, and let us cap off today with a tiny bit of cooking. We've got some strider meat. Can make 6 more of these. And then that's going to do it for today. I'm going to hold off on doing anything with this cloth for now, but I think at the end of the next episode we should definitely be level 18. And so we'll spend the second half of the episode, or maybe like the last fourth or so, heading back to Orgrimmar to pick up our new skills and do some more profession work.
Go.
All in all, today was very successful. We picked up a couple of stacks of cloth. We've got a ton of light feathers. We've got 17. That's going to be more than enough to supply our slow fall for a very long time. And of course, we hit level 17, and we're only a few bars away from 18 as well, which we should definitely hit in the next episode. That's going to do it for me for today. As always, I appreciate you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more. I hope to see you back here in the Barrens. Take care.